your best third quarter of the season in terms of point differential? What changed at halftime?
Just played with a little better pace. Got some stops, let us get out in transition. Even in third, but fourth quarter, there were a lot of scrappy plays. And I thought we were just a little bit more energetic, played with a little bit more force on both ends. And it just changed the complexion of the game.
And then in the fourth, what was it like trying to close out the game when you only scored 13 points in the quarter?
Thankfully they only scored 17. Some nights, it's going to be tough to, score in those situations, but I felt like we got every 50-50 ball. Got stops when we needed them, and, made play after play. Obviously, Kuz's shot, it's a heck of a shot, but to get stops, when we needed them, I think was the most important thing.
Wes, was the shot that Kuz took to break the tie the shot that you expected your team to get there on that possession?
That was the play for him to come off if he had a angle to go early, be aggressive. But I told him if he didn't like it, come play pick and roll with Taj. I didn't expect him to, make that one, but that was the play.
To what degree does his confidence actually seem to rise in a situation like that, or at least how much does he appear to relish that kind of opportunity?
I think all players, if you're a competitor, everyone dreams of that moment. But, we've seen him make those type of plays, in his short tenure here. So he's going to play with a level of confidence, which I think is it's a good sign for him, and we're going to put the ball in his hands in these type of situations. You don't have Brad, you don't have KP out there, so we've seen him make those plays.
Wes, in that second half, what worked so well defensively kept everybody pretty much bottled up outside of Zach?
Yeah, I thought the level of intensity was better. We were just more aggressive, At times we were trying to get the ball out of Zach's hands. There were some good possessions there. There were some bad ones, but we knew he was going to be aggressive. So how could we try to limit, some of the easy ones? He's a heck of a player, but we knew down the stretch we're going to go through him.
Building off of that defensive question, before the game you emphasized the importance of point-of-attack defense with the two bigs out, especially with rim protection. What did you like from the point-of-attack defense tonight?
There's some good ones, there's some bad ones. And like I said, he's very shifty, and it's tough to say, hey, get up and contain the ball. The way he shoots it off the bounce is tough. Most defenders want to try and give you a little cushion, but he has the ability to do both, play downhill, shoot step-back three at a high rate. So finding that balance, of keeping him off of kind of guessing what you're doing. The next layer is being in our shrink spots, and at times we were there. It was great. At times we weren't.
Coach, pregame we talked about one of those emphases. You said hustle plays, saw guys diving on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Denny with 20 boards. What did you see from the hustle play tonight from the team?
Well, that was the message. It just you can't get outworked. We're already undermanned. You can't get outworked. And I thought, particularly in that second half, but throughout the game, we made plays like that, where we were able, come up with those type possessions. It has nothing to do with scheme. It's got nothing to do with, where guys are. It's a will. And I thought we made more of those plays tonight.
One of the plays I went to the rim, they didn't call a foul either. Yeah.
No blood, no foul?
I'm used to it this year. Just driving to the rim, no calls. It's cool.
Can you take us just through that that last play, what you were looking for, what you were thinking, and just, the confidence of put the ball in my hands and I'll make something happen?
Yeah, I was just trying to, give myself the best chance to make a play. I caught the ball. I looked left, and a lot of teams were forcing me left, so I just had DeLon just kind of get flat a little bit. So I knew I had Caruso on me, and he's one of the better defenders in the league. So just giving myself a chance to go pick either way instead of just being directed in one. Taj came up. I was trying to get downhill at first, but I noticed that he was up at the level a little bit, and it probably would have been hard to get through. Probably no call again. So, I just threw the ball to an open spot on the floor and just rose up and shot it and went in.
What flipped in that third quarter? Or what changed so much for you guys in that third quarter?
We just got stops. I think that was the biggest thing. Played within ourselves. I think it was a couple plays. I don't know if it was early in the fourth or in that third. We had Goody in with DeLon, and they were causing havoc, making some big time plays. Goody came in, hit 2 big threes for us that really gave us like a 6 or 7 point lead at one point, and it was huge. And Anthony Gill did a phenomenal job playing well. Ultimate professional, never plays, got in, scored 18. Really showed our bigs how to, front other bigs, and did a phenomenal job. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Coach? You kind of beat me to that, but want to kind of touch back on Anthony Gill.
Yeah.
How is it having a vet like that? But I told him he's his character, first one to clap for you, first one to get off the ground, pick a team up. How is it having a guy like that in the locker room?
He's probably the most wholesome person I ever met in my life. Barely says a cuss word. Comes in every day. If we ever practice, he's probably there at 7:30 or 8. He's up more than us because he does have multiple kids. So I'm not calling him Kobe Bryant coming to the gym, but he's a rare person, and I'm very, very happy for him. Phenomenal teammate.
And as you know, scoring is one of the key components of basketball, but it's also the intangibles. Had a lot of hustle plays tonight. What did you see from that aspect of the team as well?
Yeah, we had hustle plays down the stretch. I think the one play where we had multiple guys diving on the loose balls with 30, 32, 33 seconds left, that was a huge play for us because it could have been easy for them to get a better shot off, but we stuck with it, played with the 50-50 balls, really allowed 1 second on the shot clock. Levine hit a tough shot, but just down the stretch, just making key little intangible plays really, really helped us. It was great.
Kind of take us into your mentality kind of coming in a little bit, shorthanded. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of run just without 2 bigs. How did you kind of approach it, and what worked so well tonight?
Everyone, it's funny because everyone says, obviously you knew you were going to get a lot of run. I had no idea. I never know when I'm going to get in the game. We didn't find out that those guys weren't playing until a certain time on the clock today. So it wasn't like I got to wake up in the morning and, prepare myself for, a lot of minutes. All that preparation goes in days before, and even weeks and months before. My role is, when somebody goes down, I have to be ready to step up. Whenever that is, there's no heads up about it. You can't predict when guys are going to go down, so you just have to be ready.
So what did work on the floor tonight?
My teammates put me in, cliche answer. My teammates put me in a great position to score. It's not like I was taking guys off the bounce. Denny did a great job driving and kicking to me. I had 2 3-point attempts tonight, and there's been a lid on the rim from the 3-point line for me for quite some time. But those guys found me, and I'm just thankful for them. So I would say, my teammates, again, cliche answer, my teammates put me in that position. Mm-hmm.
Hey, AG, I like to call you Mr. Stay Ready. For a guy like you, every time your number's called, you always seem to produce. Just what goes into your mindset?
It may be a little bit, I may have some sort of problem. I just can't allow someone to work harder than me. So if I see somebody on the court, at practice there before me or even after me, I have some kind of problem with that. So I always have to come back in the gym and either get more shots up or run more sprints or something like that. In preparation, knowing that whenever I do get my opportunity on the court, if I don't have the talent, if I don't have the skill, I know I've outworked those guys. So I have the confidence in that. And that's pretty much it.
And Coach called your night a good karma type of night. And I said, you're always the first one to clap, always the first one off the floor to pick someone up. You kind of set the blueprint for being the ultimate pro. Can you just talk to that of just your character as a player and as a person as well?
Yeah, I just think it's sometimes in the NBA we can get a little bit, sidetracked from what we're called to be as people, human beings. We just try every day. You strive to be the greatest player. Greatest person you can be. It's the same for me. We just have a lot more distractions as NBA players. So every morning when I wake up in the morning, I try to refocus myself and humble myself before I walk into the practice facility or the arena. I got to sacrifice for my teammates. Whatever they need today, I'm going to be the one that gives it to them. If they need water, if they need Gatorade at timeout or in the locker room, I'm going to be the guy that brings it to them. I'm going to humble myself, as the last guy on the bench every single game. That way they can have, the ultimate experience. And then on nights like tonight, it kind of, it flips on its head, and they kind of, you hope that they're going to do the same thing for you when that opportunity comes. And tonight was a great example of that. I think we're trying to build something great here in Washington with the organization. It starts with great character people, and we have a whole bunch of those in the locker room. And I couldn't be more proud of those guys.